That leads us right into our classful subnetting process. Our classful subnetting process is actually very simple. It involves only a total of 4 separate steps that we'll use for identifying the entire subnet number attribute for every single network and every single host. The first step is that we classify the address. It sounds like a very trivial step. Looks like all you need to do is to identify whether or not the address is a Class A, a Class B, or Class C. But let me tell you, if you get the classification wrong and you mistake a Class B address for a Class A address, you're already starting in the wrong place. So you have to be familiar with those ranges of Class A, Class B, and Class C and know exactly what address you're dealing with. Then you'll need to draw the initial red line. The initial red line is drawn at the classful boundary, and it identifies the starting point for our subnetting procedure. Of course, all the bits to the left of the original red line position are going to be considered the default mask. So if you use a Class B address, you'll need to draw the red line right after the second octet, right after 16 bits. The first 16 bits then are going to be the network. All network bits are always identified as ones, which makes my mask 255.255.0.0. What you will then need to do is go through our network and obtain all of the information that we talked about for requirements. For example, how many networks do you need? Or what is the total number of hosts that will be on any one given network? That doesn't mean the total hosts in my network environment, but the maximum number of individual hosts on a single IP subnet. Maybe I've decided that the number will never be more than the number 110. What you need to ensure now is that your subnet mask leaves you with enough modifiable bits to give you at least 110 hosts. That's going to be my objective. What I would then do is create a single subnet mask for the entire network. Remember, the classful subnetting process means that every single host on the network is going to be assigned to the same mask. That gives every host in the entire network the ability to identify where every network begins and every network ends. And of course, that makes routing quite a bit easier. The way that I do this is simply by moving the red line from its original position, from the classful boundary to the right, to accommodate more networks and to create a new subnet mask. What I will then do is define the magic number of the red line. After the red line is moved to its new location, this number is going to give you every other piece of information that you'll ever need. You will get the wire address for every subnet or every segment, the range of host IDs for that segment, and the local segment's broadcast address. So following these 4 steps will give you the numbers that you need very, very quickly. Of course, to get these numbers, you'll want to have a little cheat sheet to use. I've developed a cheat sheet that will help you identify every number that you will ever need to be able to do both classful and classless subnetting.